I'm your host, Jade.
And I'm your host, Emma.
And this is Lashing Out and Nailing Life.
Today we are talking about our fall favorites since it's getting cooler and it's cozy time.
I was going to say, we're actually filming this on the coldest day we've had yet.
I
So
know,
it's
it's
kind
all
of perfect
rainy.
timing.
It's all rainy. I kind of love it, but I kind of hate it,
One of those mixed feelings.
So,
I've already started disliking the fact that I drive home from my job at Sephora now at 7:10 and it's already dark.
That's my least favorite part. Is I would be okay with it all, and that's why seasonal depression is real. Seasonal depression is so real. Because I would rather it be cold and still light out at like 7:45 than I get done with my day and I'm like, and it's dark and rainy.
Well, I was thinking about it because now that I start at my studio at 8 a.m. and then go work there until 7, I'm pretty much going to be working dark to dark.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I love what I do.
You don't even have a window to be like, time concept.
No, I mean, the bright side is at Sephora, I am at the outdoor mall one, so I at least have windows there.
That's true.
If I was inside Park Meadows as well, though, I would be crying.
Yes, but I don't know. I am a big water drinker, so I do not really drink many things, but I do really love a good it's such a mouthful. Full pumpkin spice chai tea latte, specifically with oat milk.
I'm so specific. I started this obsession March of this year, actually, because I think it only opened in March. But if you haven't tried Scooter's coffee yet, I'm always talking about it. So if you haven't, I recommend it. And their fall menu dropped mid-August. So I've been having it for a while now. But I get their iced pumpkin caramelicious with oat milk, white mocha, and caramel cold foam. Because I'm a basic white girl. But it's really good.
It sounds so good.
It's so
I'm
good.
drinking a hot chocolate right now, which is also different for me, but it's cold. It's cold? Yeah, no. The weather is cold. The hot chocolate is warm.
Yeah, so if it's a super cold day like today, I went and picked us up hot chocolate from Dutch Bros because that's my favorite place to go for hot chocolates.
They do have good hot chocolates. It's kind of like it tastes like...
It's because they use chocolate milk.
Yes. Yep. And it also has that taste of like the marshmallows already melted versus like, and then you have to wait for the marshmallows to melt. So, yeah, I was not a pumpkin spice person, but I do like if I'm already getting a chai tea, like I already like, or latte, I always get chai tea latte if I'm going for like meetings or lunch or whatever. So I do like that when they bring in the pumpkin, it just kind of adds like that cinnamony, like extra oomph to a chai tea. So
I'm just such a pumpkin girl because I like the pumpkin muffins that are out now and the pumpkin bread.
I do like a pumpkin muffin.
Yeah. For that reason, I really do love fall. I love the food. I love the drinks.
Yes, I do. Yeah, because like as we get into the fall and all the squashes and stuff, I'm not a big squash person either, but I do love spaghetti squash. And they're better as we get more into like the season.
Oh yeah.
Because in the summer, my boyfriend loves squash, so he loves when I make spaghetti squash and meatballs. And I was like, I can't. They're like so small, and I don't want to make it right now. But it's definitely one of my faves.
My favorite food right now has been pho, and I feel like that's perfect now that we're heading into winter. But I also really enjoy like mac and cheese and just soup in general this time of year.
I also really like mac and cheese as it's cold, like as we get cold, because I don't know, maybe it's because it's such a Thanksgiving-y food.
It's just a comfort food too.
But because I'm like, I feel like we eat kind of the same. Like I'll make more creamy things. I'm not a soup person.
I only like creamy soups. Other than pho, I like potato soup. I like tomato basil soup. Clam chowder. I'm a creamy soup. I do not like...
Yeah, I mean, I'll like eat chilies and things like that, but I think I grew up with just so much soup that I'm the type of person who it takes me a while to like get back into wanting to eat stuff like that. So like chilies are good, but I do love this. It's actually like a deconstructed version of another recipe, but it's like this creamy chicken spinach and bacon like dish, and you put it over like rice or potatoes. Oh, it's so good.
That sounds good.
I have not made it since we moved in here yet, because I just got the recipe from my mom. But that's good. Yeah, I was saying, like, I feel like anything that you would eat at Thanksgiving is such a comfort food this time of year. Like, I start wanting more mini things. Like, oh, I want to roll with ham, or like stuff like that.
I eat more sweet treats this time of year because I feel like in the summer you don't really want to bake in your kitchen because it's already so hot outside. Why do you want the oven going? But then in the winter, it's like, well, I want the oven going for the warmth. So this is the time of year where I bake a lot more, which means I'm eating a lot more cookies and brownies and
I definitely feel like I'm more into
cakes.
chocolate. Like, we went, I mean, we've only lived in here for a month, but we went a month, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want this or that. And I grew up in an ingredient household, so being here now, we went to the grocery store and I got mini milk chocolate chips. And my boyfriend was like, what are you going to make? And I was like, I'm just going to eat these.
Okay, but eating chocolate chips is one of my top secrets for like having that sweet treat, and it's only like 70 calories or 140 calories.
Especially when they're mini, because it's like mini M&Ms. They hit different, and I feel like I don't need as many. And then we had a crossover period of fruit with chocolate, so I was eating like all my fruit, which is probably super bad. But
Depends on the kind of chocolate.
I've been definitely, yeah, I'm like, this is when I start eating worse.
Same.
Plus, I feel like we're wearing such baggier, like I'm a big cardigan sweater person, and we're wearing such baggier clothes that I'm not as like summer body.
That's something I've really come into because I used to hate wearing baggy clothes, but over the past like month and a half, wearing like what I'm wearing right now, a baggy graphic tee with loose pants has been my current go-to, and I think that'll probably be my go-to through fall because today I added like my lacy layering top underneath.
Yeah, I think your outfit's very cute.
So I think that's what I'll be switching up to for the fall, along with the
It's
sweaters and the cardigans. And then I'm just a sweatpants girl. And if I can wear sweatpants every day, I would. But my favorite brand for that is Comfort. I don't know if you've ever bought any of their stuff.
I haven't, but I saw that you followed them because they got recommended to me, and it said that Jade was following them. So
I only have one set from them right now because they're pricier, but they're worth it. Like, you can feel the quality difference. So
I got put on to, which we're not like we're not supporting them anymore, but my brother is big in the workout world of things. So he put me on Young LA, which I have some hoodies from them, and they're supposed to be a little bit heavier because they're like pre-workout wear.
yeah.
So it's supposed to, like, I don't know what that means, but so I have those. And then me and my mom really love for our leggings CVG, which is an abbreviation for the company, but that's where we get our leggings from, and they make sweatpants. And so I have fuzzy sweatpants from them, and I have normal sweatpants from them, and they're so comfy. And I'm a little taller, and they fit me and my mom super well. And my mom is like 5'8", and I'm 5'10". So, like, sometimes she'll be like, these fit great. And she had one pair, I can't remember if they were Athleta or something, and she was like, these fit me great, you should try them on. And I tried them on, and they were so much shorter on me, but these are good. And I do love a good sweatpant. However, I had one pair that I wore all the time because they're like red and they have like frogs and mushrooms all over them, but they were men's and they only had like 3XL size, which when I bought them I could get away in like a 3XL size in men's, but now they're
so big.
They're so big because I've lost a lot of weight. So I was like, do I get rid of them? And I was like, but I love them. And then I was like, but I'll probably buy other sweatpants now that it's sweatpants season and people are coming out with more things. Yeah, I'm a big cardigan hoodie. I do a lot of, because I feel like also my legs are warm most of the time. So I have like big sweaters and things to throw over stuff.
I'm a crew neck girl. I wear a lot of crew necks more than hoodies. I don't know. I just feel like if the hoodie sits wrong, it feels like it's choking me. It's just a sensory issue. I prefer crew necks over hoodies.
Yeah. I don't know. why I like the hood. Because I don't wear it. Like,
It's just a
like I
comfort
go
thing
to
that it's
work
there.
and I, like, just put my apron under my hood part.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it's crazy that you can work in a hoodie because I have to work in short sleeves. Even working in this today was arguably a little too warm for me.
I roll them up. My hoodies are big enough to where I definitely
That's
like
fair.
roll them up because I noticed in the winter time with all the dust and stuff from doing nails that my skin was getting really dry,
yeah,
and so
I
I was
bet.
like, well, I wear hoodies. I'll just like pull them over, and without fail, I'm always like pull up, and we're working. And so I'm like, oh great. The thing that I do hate though is I do have a little sleeve that I wear because genetically I have like, I don't know, it's not really like long, but my little e-file cord will pinch my arm hair.
Oh, ow.
And it only happens like, I think if it's more staticky and like things
Yeah.
like that.
When it's
So I have a
drier.
little sleeve that I wear, and when it gets cold I can't wear it because then it's too much. It's like the tight sleeve with the big
Yeah.
like I can't do that. So is what it is.
Also, I got a pair of Crocs and bedazzled them, but they're the fuzzy Crocs on the inside, so I know those will be a staple for me throughout winter. And then I want to get more boots. I don't really need more boots, though, I don't think. I just want more color options, and because you get the ankle boots and the high boots, and I just need to figure out what colors I need of what to balance out my closet.
Yeah, I actually need a new pair of boots because I love the combat boot style, and I had a pair from Skechers that I loved because they were zip up, but they're also Skechers, so they're super comfortable. And excuse me, jeez, I noticed the other day that the lining part of them is peeling up. Like, you know how it does in shoes? And I was like, "Ugh, it's because I get them wet. It's because they're zip up. It's because I wear them to work and, like, all that kind of stuff." So, I have to get a new pair. Because I have actual Doc Martens, and Doc Martens don't fit my feet right.
Oh, same.
So.
And everybody's just like, well, you just have to push through the first times of, like, few times of wearing them and break them in. And I'm like...
Mine are broken in because I wore them every single day my junior and senior year of high school.
But you're committed.
Yeah. Well, because I liked, like, they didn't give me blisters, and I was only walking so much because of how my high school experience was that it just broke them in. So they're, like, all creased and they're, like, loose. But I feel like they're still really loose, like, they were always loose in the ankle part.
Okay.
And they're also thin. And so they don't feel, they're just cold. Everything about them is cold. Versus the Skechers ones, even though they're a faux thinner leather, when I wear them with socks, I'm like, and these are warm.
Warm, yeah.
So.
I need to get more snow boots for walking my dog. I don't have any. And it's funny because I got to the end of last season and I was like, now's the time to buy snow boots. They'll be cheaper in the summer. Here we are. Mm-hmm. That did not happen. So if anybody has snow boot recommendations, I'll take those.
I actually do really like Sorels.
Okay.
They're a bit on the pricier side, but they're really cute. And the tread on the bottom is, like, intense.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what I need.
So that's, like, a good place to start. But also, as we've gotten into this era of me being an adult and us buying furniture, I have gotten really comfortable at just going into a store that I know sells something and being like, hey, this is what I need. These are the shoes that I like, or this is what I like. Help. And they'll...
That's fair.
Because some of these associates, man, with this couch, it took us 20 minutes. I'm on a new couch. We have a new couch. But we went in and we were like, hey, we're looking for this couch. This is the style that we like. And they were like, okay, here's the couch. Sit on it. And we were like, cool, we love it. And we signed the paperwork.
I mean, in hindsight, that's what I do for people at Sephora, so.
Right. So, like, if you just went into, like, Sierra Trading Post.
Yeah.
Or somewhere, not just, like, Nordstrom's, then... and you said, hey, I need snow boots for walking my dog that are also cute, they would probably be like, look at these. These are cute.
Yeah. No, that's
and
fair.
And they have good tread. Because the amount of boots that I've bought being like, oh, that tread looks good, and then you get them and you're like, mm-mm.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, because my dog is strong. I love him, though. But he's strong. He can pull if he wants. Let's see. What else favorites-wise?
We've been watching a lot of spooky movies. We're already in spooky season.
We've been in spooky season. I hate to break it to people.
I'm already doing Halloween nails. So we watched all the.
I have gotten so many compliments on these clown nails. It's been insane.
Jade has clown nails. They're beautiful. I'm obsessed.
I did unfortunately knock off that one. I have it.
It was pretty tall.
It was very
a little
tall.
worried about that one. Anyways.
You can't even tell it's missing though because you're so talented. Like it still looks like there's something there, so we're good.
So I love that. No, I already did. I had a client. She picked this summer ween, but we did the. Oh my gosh, I love when I actually have time to do detailed stuff. So we did really detailed stuff on like 4 of the nails, and then we just did like a reddish dark brown for a French on the other ones, and I was like, it's fall season.
I mean, my mom and I have been rewatching Gilmore Girls because that's kind of my fall show. I also do like watching. I've been making my boyfriend watch Friends, but they do have like the seasonal episodes, and we're watching it so fast that those keep coming up anyways. So I feel like Friends is a good one. And my family
Friends is also a very cozy show.
Well, my family and I, like, if we need something, if we want to watch something while we're eating and it's like we don't know what to watch around this time, we'll like look up seasonal episodes of our favorite TV shows. And I think Friends has a lot of good ones.
Yep. We'll do that too. Garrett's not going to like it, but I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They have so many good Halloween episodes. I typically watch all of those. But yeah, we just watched the 28-day franchise. I had never seen the first 2. They're wild, but we just watched the new one too. So we watched all 3 of those. Yeah, the first one is like Cillian Murphy is in it. He's like a little baby, and my boyfriend, the movie buff, I guess that he is, was saying how 28 Days was what inspired, like, it was the first mainstream movie that showed zombies as a virus versus like you opened a book and there's a curse. Like, this was the
interesting.
Yeah, The Walking Dead was heavily inspired by the original 28 Days. Then we watched 28 Weeks. That one has the guy who plays Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time. It was so funny though because we were watching it and I don't know the actor's name, so I just kept being like, "Oh my gosh, no, Rumpelstiltskin!" And my boyfriend kept laughing because he was like, "All I keep picturing is Rumpelstiltskin doing like fighting a zombie, whatever." So that one was okay. That one I didn't like as much. And then we watched the 28 Years Later, and that one was done. I love things that are filmed beautifully. And that one was filmed in a very pretty way, like when they're outside and everything's green and then they're on the island and everything's blue, like all the things. I love stuff like that. So it was actually filmed really well. The plot was a little weird. And something about zombie movies that I hate is the premise of them is always, that could have totally been avoided. Like, this could have been avoided. Like, the first one,
I actually feel that's most movies.
yeah, right? Well, the first one, it's these animal activists. We're going on a movie rant now. Also, that I, like, drank my hot chocolate too fast. So, the premise of the first movie is these animal activists go in and they're trying to, like, free these monkeys, and there's a scientist who's like, no, they're infected. And they're like, with what? And he's like, it's really complicated. I can't tell you what, but, like, and he's dramatic, and it's like rage. They have rage, whatever. And the people are like, you guys are sick for animal testing. He's like, oh, but they're infected. Like, it's not just, like, you can't just, And so they release them, thus starting this crazy zombie apocalypse. The second episode is these kids get reunited with Rumpelstiltskin. And he is like, oh, we can't go back to our house. It's been infested and, like, their mom's dead now and, like, all of this stuff. And he's like, so we're going to get a new house in the quarantine zone where it's, like, safe. And they've started rebuilding. Movie tangent. This is totally... And so the kids are like, no, we're going back to our house. And so they sneak out of the quarantine zone. And I was like, why? Like, wouldn't you just be like, darn, our house is infested with zombies. We can't move back. Also, their house was falling apart because it's the zombie apocalypse. So that one didn't make sense. I didn't like that one at all. And then the third one is this kid. They live on an island with Aaron Taylor Johnson. And this kid, his son, finds out that there's a doctor on the mainland and his mom is sick, but he's not a doctor anymore because it's a zombie apocalypse. So he's really wants to take his mom, and they're like, he's not a doctor, he's crazy. And so he ends up taking his ill mother, who is having memory issues, to the island. And then, everything falls apart, whatever. So, but that one wasn't as bad. I liked that one a little bit more. And then we also watched Sleepy Hollow, which is such a good. That's a good, with the Johnny Depp. Ugh, that was a good era of Johnny Depp.
I'm really not a horror movie person. I've only, watched 4 or 5, I think, my entire life.
Wow.
I like A Quiet Place. I like 1 and 2 of that because it's more on the sci-fi side.
Did you watch the Quiet Place Day 1?
No, I did not. When did that come out?
It was like a year or 2 ago.
Okay, I don't pay attention.
You'll have to find it. It was pretty good. It's Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn. And I liked that one. Because it's literally like the day it happens. Like the day the monsters take over the world or whatever it is.
Maybe I did watch that one.
It was good.
And then I really like Cabin in the Woods, which is really funny because that is like definitely a horror movie. But it's just so out there. It's a very different concept, and I think that's why I like that one, because it's not your generic horror movie. It's not like your typical zombie movie or your typical paranormal movie or your sci-fi. It's a genre of its own. And then I've seen the original Halloween, and that's just not my vibe, which is why I have not watched any other ones.
I'm really not a slasher movie person either. Like those old, like Scream, okay. I love the first Scream. Everything after that, not my favorite. Because obviously the first Scream is like iconic. But I watched all the Halloween movies last year, and I didn't like any of them. I loved seeing Jamie Lee Curtis as like a little girl, but I didn't like really any of those. My boyfriend loves Freddy vs. Jason, and I'm not a fan of those really either.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think that's it for the horror. Oh, I actually went to see The Nun after I graduated high school. And
that's a wild one to be on your list of ones you've seen.
No, so this is actually a really funny story. So it was a guy I'd had a crush on like my whole 4 years of high school. And like we were friends. He knew I existed. It wasn't like he didn't know I existed. But he asked me out on a date, and he was like, we can go see a movie. And I didn't ask anything else because I was like, oh, cool, I get to go on a date with him finally. The Nun was the movie.
Oh, no.
I screamed the entire time, I think. My head was buried in his chest. He dropped me off at my house afterwards, and I have never heard from him again.
Oh, no. But also, that's such a guy who likes horror movies things to do, because my boyfriend did the same thing to me. He was like, hey, we're going to go watch a movie on Friday. Do you think you'll be able to come? And I was like, no, I work late, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought it was going to be, like, when we go to the movies, we go see Marvel stuff. We go see, like, Superman. Like, we're not seeing scary stuff. And the people he was going with was his best friend and his sister. So, like, I knew that it could just be something like that, too. And he's like, oh, I need to buy tickets. And I'm like, oh, okay, what are you going to go see? And he's like, the new Conjuring. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't go. Because I will watch scary movies in the comfort of my own home.
Oh, fair. Yeah,
but in the movie theater, I even hate in the superhero movies where they're like, whisper, whisper, whisper. And then the music is like, ba, 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 ba. Because it always makes me jump. And so I was like, I'm so glad I didn't go. Plus, again, I don't love the Conjuring movies. So.
Well, I think that experience with The Nun back in 2018 has seriously put me off of watching any horror movies ever. So
yikes.
I'm very on edge. My favorite Halloween movies, I love Hotel Transylvania.
Yes, that's a good one.
That's one of my favorites. I love Halloween Town. I love Hocus Pocus. I am a child at heart, and yes, I will stick with those Halloween movies.
I always do. Like, the movies that I love to watch are, like, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Little Shop of Horrors, Nightmare Before Christmas, Frankenweenie. Like,
yeah, the fun ones.
I love those. Because they're also just so light. Like, we watched the Cirque du Freak Vampire's Assistant last night, and, like, it was okay. But I was just like, I want to watch something else. Even just like the new Nicolas Cage vampire movie, new-ish Nicolas Cage vampire movie that they came out with, Renfield or something. That one's like a comedy, so it's dark, but it's funny. And like, I like stuff like that versus just straight scary movie.
I'm behind. My family and I have not finished watching Wednesday yet, but this season is so much darker than last season. It's good, but it's just so much darker. It's on a different level. And I feel like this is probably a hot take. I feel like Netflix is really bad at doing that though, because it happened with oh my gosh, Stranger Things just got darker and darker and darker. Was the Umbrella Academy? That was Netflix.
That got weird and dark.
Well, what's weird about that one with me is I don't know what audio they used in it, but it was mixed weird and it made me feel nauseous. Watching it just made me feel nauseous. It was a sound. I don't know.
I wonder if they did that, like, whatever it is, where it's like if you had headphones in, you can, like...
Maybe.
But when you watch it in the TV, it's, like, too much.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like Netflix, unfortunately, recently for me, with its own original series, has been really bad at making the follow-ups just progressively get darker and darker. I think
that's really good. Because I really liked the first season of Wednesday. But it did feel very, like, YA, high school cliques, like, oh, Nancy Drew kind of vibes, which is fine, because that's what the audience it was for. But I liked that this series kind of pulled it back to the more spooky Addams Family.
That's fair, because it is what it's supposed to be.
And I will say that they made the Addams Family a lot darker past what they would usually be as the Addams Family, because they're like creepy and kooky. They're not serial killers, but
yeah.
I did like the special effects and the...
I think it's done very well. I have no complaints about how it's done, but...
Stuff about it. I will say, and I think this might also be why a lot of people didn't like this season, besides it being spookier or darker, is they were trying to do way too much. Like, in the first season, it was, like, one singular plot, and in this one, there's, like, 4.
So much going on. Yeah.
And there's a few where I was like, did you really need to include that in this season? Like, that's a lot.
Also just don't know how I feel about Wednesday's character development this far in the season. I don't know. But I'm one of those people where if I watch something that's darker, like if I am getting dragged into watching a horror movie or watching a darker TV series, I then have to follow it up with like a 28-minute episode of something lighthearted. I can't leave watching the TV or like go to bed on a bummer note, especially as we hit fall season and it's just more of a lull anyways.
My boyfriend loves zombie stuff. He was not making me, but he was like, watch this show, Black Summer. And it's a zombie show and it's very Walking Dead, but it follows like multiple stories at once and they're all interconnected. Okay. I didn't like it, but it was so dark, but also so dark in unnecessary ways where it just made me kind of like bleh. So after that, we watched the new Pixar Elio.
See, that's what I'm saying. You have to watch a pick-me-up.
Because if I go to bed, I'm like, I'm gonna have zombie dreams. That's for sure.
That. I also have that problem where if it is like something horror related, I need to clear my mind.
Yeah. So like even last night after The Vampire's Assistant, that's not like a scary movie. It's just very dark.
Yeah.
Or it's supposed to be dark. It has Josh Hutcherson in it. But anyways, I was like, and I'm playing Stardew Valley, which is also my cozy fall game that I get sucked back into about this time every year because it's like farming and then you're like fighting monsters in a cave, but it's also like the 2D pixels, like,
oh yeah,
it's not not very like realistic.
This is when my family and I start playing more board games, and we are a board game family naturally anyways, but I feel like because it gets darker earlier, we're having dinner earlier and there's more time in the evening to sit down and play a board game. So I do feel like fall winter time is more game season, whether it's board game or video games.
Right. Well, because you're just not going outside as much.
Well, you can't once it's dark because it's so cold.
Yeah, so we get more like Lego focused. With us moving in, I think we're going to get very organized because Garrett has already been very like, let's just organize today. And I'm like, dude, you don't even have anywhere to put this. Like, we gotta... He hates when I call him dude, but I do it all the time.
But that's one of my other favorite things about fall, though, is there are, like, fun things to do at night. I love haunted houses, which everybody's laughing right now because I said I don't like horror movies, but I do love haunted houses. They are different. I have such a thing where if I've watched it on my TV at home, it'll come out of the screen, which it can't, and I do I do cognitively know that. My subconscious does not know
But
that,
maybe
though.
it's also the dream thing. Like, you're watching it and you're more likely to have nightmares versus even though I hate haunted houses. Like, I will go with people because I will go with people, but I think if I could create a haunted house, it would be the scariest haunted house ever because I overhype how scary a haunted house is going to be.
I
And
can
then I
scare everybody
go,
right now with my fear of haunted houses.
and then I go and I'm like, somebody's in that corner, but nobody's there. Or like, they're going to jump out from that and they don't. So then by the time I've gotten through the whole thing, I'm like, that wasn't even that scary, but I pushed you through because we had to be out in 15 minutes and I didn't want to stand in there. So.
So my fear with haunted houses, and yes, I do still go, and I'm really sorry if I ruin haunted houses for anybody with this, but I was talking about it the other night with my family and my boyfriend. I'm afraid that somebody in the haunted house is a serial killer with a real axe or a real chainsaw or real anything.
Yeah.
If they kill you and say you're hung from the ceiling or you're propped up somewhere, people are going to think you're a prop all night, possibly a little longer, until either there's a smell or you're reported missing.
That's like a trope in a lot of detective shows that I've watched. Is their Halloween episode is somebody's dead in the haunted house.
It's just so easy. Maybe I'm the problem. I still go to them.
But see, that's the thing is I go in and I'm like, and they're going to come out from the ceiling. They're not going to do that. Like, we went to the 13th floor and I kept being like, that's a hidey hole. That's a hidey hole. And my eyes are bad in the dark. So I was like, that's a hidey hole and I can't tell if somebody's in there and they're going to jump out at us. Nobody would be there. Or like I would see something and I'd be like they'd have like an animatronic and I'd be like, somebody's gonna be hiding behind the animatronic. No.
That's my problem with the 13th floor. I haven't been because I know this is a lot of it is animatronic, and I feel like that kind of ruins it. I
think it depends on the theme, because I've heard that it's different every year.
Oh,
like
fair.
It's a different setting every year. The one that we went to was, which people who have watched this, like, tell me if it's always like this. The one that we went to was like scary movie tropes. So like we walked through and it was like a frat house.
Oh yeah, no, it must be different every year.
And then we walked through and it was like Jurassic Park.
Oh.
And then we walked through and they had like a Chucky kind of room.
Oh, okay.
And then they had like the Butcher Chainsaw Massacre. Like it was like tropes of,
I don't know, because I'm the same as you. So 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know how long ago it was, 2 or 3 years ago, I went to what is classified as the scariest haunted house in Colorado. I read tons of articles on it and everything, and it's up in the top 10 scariest haunted houses in the US.
Where is it?
That's what I was Googling. It's in, oh, why doesn't it have, let me click on it. It's in Westminster.
Okay.
It has 4.8 stars out of 6.6 thousand reviews, so maybe I'm the problem. It's called the Frightmare Compound. Some of the people listening might have been there. I was bored. It's primarily high school students as the actors, and I don't know if that's the problem. There's not many adults, but the sets are incredible. Like, how it's built is amazing. I loved the sets. I loved the floorboards.
It's got the high ratings.
I loved all of that. But it just wasn't scary. And I went because it's ranked as the scariest haunted house in Colorado.
It's ranked as the scariest, because I will say, like, my boyfriend loves haunted houses because he does not get scared. He got mad at me when we went to the 13th floor because he wanted to stop and look at how they had painted something, and I was like, go. And he was like, I wanted to see it. I wonder if, like, because we went to a haunted house at this sorority or dorm room with my friend one year, and that one I also overhyped myself to the point where I was like, oh, this is a college one. Like, they're going to touch us and they're going to shove us down the stairs, or they're going to, like, do something super scary. And they didn't.
Well, that was the other thing.
Like, by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh, that wasn't scary. Let's do it again next year. But then, like, we're leading up to it, and I'm like, they're going to jump out and they're going to touch me and they're going to do all these things. But then they, like, don't.
Well, that was the other thing, is this one was so disappointing that we went to another haunted house that night. Because I was like, that didn't do it. And the other one wasn't necessarily scary, but it was longer and more fun. I don't know if they're going to do it, but Lone Creek Farms in Franktown, so just outside Parker, Colorado, they've only done it 1 year. They didn't do it again. So I'm hoping they'll do it again this year. But you go through an initial shed, which is really short, and you go, oh my gosh, is that it? Then you go through a haunted corn maze.
I hate those.
Then you get out of that, and then you go on a trailer ride where it literally feels like they're taking you to the middle of nowhere. And then in the middle of nowhere, you're going through the woods, and there's also 3 sheds in the woods that you have to go through too, and they're all different themes. And then you get out of that last shed, and you take the trailer ride all the way back to where you started. And for that reason, it was definitely worth, I think, like the $25 it was, because it's such a long...
Is Franktown close to Castle Rock?
Yeah, it's like in between Parker and Castle Rock. It's off of Parker
I think
Road.
my little brother took his girlfriend, one of his girlfriends. Whoa.
Yeah.
He's not with this girl anymore. But I took them. Like, I dropped them off and then picked them up because they said parking was really bad. So
I loved it. That was my favorite one. And Parker used to have a really good one off of sorry, my nose ring is bothering me. Parker used to have a really good one off of 20 Mile, but 2 high schoolers burned that down 2 or 3 years ago.
oh my god.
And the farm has since been out of business, and now they've sold that land, and houses are going to be built there, so that haunted house will never open again.
They just put that road. Like, they just built the road through it.
And that was my favorite haunted house. I'd gone there like 2 or 3 years, and I loved it. And then they never caught the 2 people that burned it down either. They got away with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, super cool.
Anyways,
if you're looking for a scary haunted house and you Google and you find the Frightmare compound and you go, please let me know if it's scarier this year, because I'm confused. Did I just go on a bad night?
Well, that's how the 13th floor was people were like, oh, that one's a good one. Like, it's good. And people chase you and people this. And we went, and I was like, again, I overhyped myself. Like, I went, like, if I had gone to the one that you're talking about, I probably would have overhyped, like, oh, the reviews said it's the scariest one. I'm going to overhype myself. But, like, I don't want to do, like, Elitch's Fright Night because I overhype it, and then I'll probably go and it'll be fun.
So Elitch's Fright Nights, I went when I was in high school, so they might have fixed it now, but my friend and I were stood in line for 3 hours for one haunted house, and that's the only one we managed to go through, and they have 3 of them. And we went through the clown one, and it wasn't that scary. The only scary thing was the flashing room where it had the strobe, so you couldn't see the person getting closer to your face, and then suddenly they're right in your face. That was about it. I don't know. Maybe I overhype horror movies. Maybe I'd be fine. That's not true. I've watched them. I'm not fine with them.
I think it's different. I think it's just different how your brain processes stuff in a haunted house versus a scary movie, you know?
I'll keep you guys updated, though, because my boyfriend and I are supposed to go to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios this year. And that might...
Those will be haunted houses.
There's 12.
Yeah.
So we'll see how I do with
That'll
that. Because those are based off of horror movies that I've not watched, so... Anybody watching the YouTube video is probably cringing at me because I'm wearing a Scream shirt and I haven't watched Scream.
As I talk about it. That one, like, that's the difference too, is that one is so cheesy.
I could probably watch it.
That you would probably be fine. As long as, like, again, it depends on, like, maybe it is one of those ones where, like, you watch it on your iPad versus the TV, or, like, you know.
I just know I'll never watch Nightmare on Elm Street because that's the one horror movie that really did my dad in. And I'm like, if it's enough to give my dad issues...
It's also really cheesy, though. I think it depends on if you watch... Like, if you watched it when it came out...
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I also think the issue is, like, you get it in your head that it's a serial killer who comes to you when you're asleep. Mm-hmm. So why would you want to sleep? Yeah. I think that's what it did to my dad.
I didn't watch that movie for a really, really long time. And then on my quest to watch every single movie Johnny Depp had ever been in, that's one of them.
He's in it?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, he's in it.
The more you learn.
He is... It's, like, his very first role, I think. So he's, like, a little part, but he's, like, the boyfriend. And then he dies because, you know, he doesn't believe, you know, whatever. And the way he dies is just, like, ridiculous because it's, like, he gets sucked into the bed because of dreams. So he gets sucked into his bed, and then it just opens up into a hole, and all the blood comes out. But they filmed it upside down. So it's, like, this way, but you can tell. So, I don't know. It's that kind of stuff I always feel like is really cheesy. That's how 28 Days was too. My boyfriend was like, oh, it's really cheesy, but it's not in the same way as, like, those slasher movies are.
Oh, and then my other movies I like watching this time of year are Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. And those to me are, I don't know, they go between Halloween and Christmas. I kind of fluctuate when I watch them.
It's like Nightmare Before Christmas. You can watch it twice a year.
Yeah.
Or more.
I'm such a Harry Potter girl. I'll watch them whenever.
Yep, I do love.
It's funny. I went into this with Emma, and she told me she had movie stuff written down, and I was like, I don't watch anything, and I've stayed on
I
this topic
know.
for a little bit.
And we're talking about haunted houses. I didn't even have that written down.
No, I've kind of been sat here thinking about things we missed when we were talking about it, and I was like, we should include this.
Yep.
um,
Is there any other personal ones? Because all I have left now is my business and my skincare.
So I had makeup, skincare, and hair stuff under personal, but I guess it also intertwines with my business now that I'm thinking about it. So it can kind of work for both.
Yeah.
The only other thing I had is I have so many pairs of Halloween earrings. So for that, and Christmas earrings. So just for that reason, I love this time of year because I have more jewelry. There's just more.
They were a blueberry and a lemon, and now they're little ghosts.
There's just more you can do. I feel like I just love the last few months of the year. October, November, December. I love them all. Whenever anybody asks me what my favorite holiday is, I'm like, I don't know. Like all of it. I like
them all for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like I like Halloween for different reasons than I like Thanksgiving, and I like Thanksgiving different for the reasons that I like Christmas time and like.
But I just grew up in a family where I feel like we did such a good job celebrating all of them that I just love all of them.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
I definitely think like ours have changed a lot as we moved here, and it's just like our little family and stuff, so we weren't always doing the same things. But again, it's like I like Halloween for different things. Like I like the costumes and I like the vibes and I like the nails that come with Halloween. But then Thanksgiving, I like the actual day of Thanksgiving. And then, but we don't like do anything around Thanksgiving. And then Christmas time is like, it's gotten more to where we're doing things the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. So it's turned into a bigger holiday. But it's all for different reasons. Like the stuff we do at Christmas is different than Thanksgiving and Halloween and everything.
I just love Christmas time because there's like the Nutcracker to go and see, and there's the zoo lights and the Christmas lights at the Botanic Gardens, and there's just, I don't know. I like all the activities that come with the fall and winter festivities.
Yeah.
So.
Me too. If we end up going this year at all. Because we've been so busy.
Okay, business-wise, I feel like you had more than I did. So
I really only have like 2 or 3.
Okay. So I think this is something we can both talk about is like color related and style related, what we like this time of year. So lashes wise, I really like doing more brown lashes because they're kind of the seasonal color for fall. But I really like Light Hearts browns because they have the reddy browns and the purplish browns. So you get some nice range to it. And then I also really like colored lashes for both Halloween. I feel like colored lashes kind of work for the whole end of the year. They work for most holidays if you're willing to add some fun into your lashes. I just bought 20 new colors.
Ah, I'm so excited.
So I can pretty much do anything for anybody now, but I'm really hoping to do some actual stylized Halloween sets. This is being posted this Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you guys are listening to this, I'll be busy working on my first Halloween set of the year, which is I'm doing an It-inspired lash set.
I'm so excited to see those.
Which is crazy because I haven't watched that movie either, but I know what it looks like, so we're going to do those lashes.
I also do Halloween stuff. I think I maybe mentioned it in the last episode, too. I do, like, Halloween surprise nails, and I'm doing some for you, and I think I'm doing some for your mom, too. And
we're doing mine a bit later.
Yes. And then... So I'm starting, this week I've got 3 of those because a lot of them are doing like the surprise ones now, and then they'll have like specified ones as we get closer. But Jade is also going to do colored lashes for me towards the end of October. Me and my mom are going to be Glinda and Elphaba from Wicked. We were both talking about how my dad doesn't like to do couples costumes and my boyfriend doesn't like to do couples costumes. So me and my mom are going to do a duo.
Mother-daughter. I love that.
So I was going to do, because my hair is typically pink or purple. So at first I was going to do like magenta-y colors. I still need to show you all my pictures now. And then my mom was like, oh, maybe you could get some like green eyelashes. And I was like, oh, but I am going to Jade's and I'm sure you've got some... I don't know. I'll have to show you because I'm kind of even thinking of doing where most of it is green, but then like the outer corner has like a little pink in it or something. So we'll see. I've never had lash extensions before.
I'm so excited.
So I'm very excited.
I got quite a few green shades in my new order.
I know. So. And I was like, I think I even maybe have... I bought some when I thought I was going to like put them on the lashes that I have now to spice them up. But I was like, I think maybe I even have like a green one that glows in the dark or something, or not in the dark, but like under the
the UV one, yeah.
which I was also like,
I
ooh,
have
that
that
might be
one.
fun. So I'm excited for that. I also, yeah, I love the, everyone's doing, like, you've already done Halloween-y. I already just did the summerween, but fall. And then, yeah, this week I have vintage Halloween and a couple romantic goth ones. And I just bought a bunch of stuff to do some other ones, which I hope it gets here in time, but we'll see. So I'm very excited to be posting all of that. So I love, like, yeah, Halloween spooky nails. Color wise, I'm very into, if you could see my nails right now, because they're very light, but I have on this cat eye that's like a plummy color with like an orange cat eye glitter. I love that. I love oranges this time of year. If you if you can't tell, my couch is green, my wall is navy. I love like the jewel tones, things like that. And then my only other business one was that when I post stuff now, I feel like it's easier for me to find kind of the twinkly fall sounds. Like,
yeah, the fun sounds.
But also when I do the spooky nails, I feel like cool sounds trend. Like they either have like overlays with a Gilmore Girls quote, or they have like the what is that one, face with no eyes, and like all the sounds. So I do like the sounds that are trending during this time of year too.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot more fun stuff you can do. My last thing that I like to do for my business is I like making little gifts for my clients. Yeah. And my goal is to start working on that now instead of pushing it until the end of the year, because I am normally a procrastinator and a last minute girl. So I'm hoping.
Yep. I do little gifts for the end of the year. So I did actually go ahead and make those.
See, look, you're more on top of it.
But because again, if I don't, I'll forget.
That's fair.
And this year I, spoiler for you, because you're the beginning one, I made stickers. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Stuff. So I went ahead and made the goodie bags, because this way I was like, okay, I've got this many, and if I, miss 2 people, but I also knew like I have a couple older clients that aren't sticker people, so I wanted to really get a count of like, okay, how many do I have that have stickers, and how many do I need to do like a scrub for, or a different sticker, or no stickers. So they're all kind of different. Last year I didn't talk about it at all, and I honestly forgot that I did this, but I had these punch cards that I had when I started my business, and so I hid like 5 of those in the little boxes that I got, and forgot that I did it because I did it halfway through the year. So then I had clients coming in like, hey, I got this in my Christmas box, and I was like, oh yeah, I did that. And that was really cute. I wanted to do that again this year, but I think I'm out of cards, like punch cards, or I threw them away or something because I can't find them anywhere. And also the bags that I'm doing are clear, and I didn't think about that. I could see who was getting.
Yeah.
Like, it was also the surprise for me when I did the boxes, because I am really bad about being biased with people. So I was like, well, I don't want to be like, oh, I want her to have one. Like, I wanted it to be a surprise for everybody.
I write personalized cards to my people, so I know what is going to who. But that's also why it takes so long. So.
Yeah, the only thing that I'll be doing this year is I'm going to have example stickers, and then you can pick which one you want, and that will determine what bag you get.
Oh, that's fun.
But everything else is like, I mean, it's going to have pretty much the same thing, but like they have different extra goodies and stuff too, so. But that way people can pick which sticker they want.
And then I guess we'll finish this off by talking about skincare, and then on my end, makeup and hair as well.
Yeah.
Skincare, we both use Circadia.
Yeah, I'm getting into Circadia. I've been really into I wrote the whole name down. The Circadia Light Day Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 37.
It's the best sunscreen out there. So that's one of my biggest struggles working at Sephora, is when people come in and need a sunscreen recommendation, because I'm like,
the one that I love isn't here.
I'm like,
Yeah.
none of these. And I can't tell them that because that is crossing a line. So.
Yeah. Well, and what I also find is I went into, not Sephora, but I went into Ulta and bought like 4 different sunscreens that were like the face sunscreen. And I don't know if I'm just spoiled now with more medical grade stuff because the reason I was looking into other brands is because the sunscreen I have now, or before the Circadia one, was pretty good, but it was also like crazy expensive, and the Circadia one's a little more affordable.
It also lasts a while.
Yeah, and it feels like sometimes if I put too much on of the other one, it would feel a little like would start getting greasy, and with the Circadia one I don't. It's very lightweight.
It truly feels like a moisturizer.
Yeah,
and it doesn't
is
smell
good.
like a sunscreen either.
Yeah.
And
see, that's what I hated about finishing the Ulta story.
Yeah.
Is they all
Smell.
I even bought one that I had started. I used to use the Cetaphil or whatever one that's like 50 SPF for sensitive skin, and I went back to using that. Hate it. Hate it now. I hate it now. I'm spoiled. So I don't like that one. I also had a Hello Sunday one, which was a brand that was recommended in my research of like top brands that are gentle and non-comedomic or whatever you say that word, and like all the things because I do have sensitive skin, and they all smell awful. Or they smell really suntan lotiony, and I'm like, I just want one that, like the one that I had before had the faint scent of, I thought, bananas, but even like the Circadia one just doesn't have a smell. Like it just
and it
nice.
works because like you don't have to reapply it, which I hate saying as an esthetician because you're supposed to reapply your sunscreen, but I have worn it out on the lake for like 5 hours on a lake, reflective water, high temperatures in Colorado, high altitude. Have not my face never burns. My body will burn because I can't find a good body sunscreen ever.
Oh, it's so hard.
But that sunscreen is just the holy grail of sunscreens.
Yeah.
So
that one's been one of my faves. I also, it's not on my list because I didn't really think about it. I was thinking about like my skin is dry in the fall, so a lot of my products are hydrating things. But I also really like their aloe calendula spray.
I've been using that. Mm-hmm.
I like that one too because I used to use Lush toner, and that was okay. It's just toner water. But I do like some sort of toner thing, and a lot of companies are switching away from having some sort of spray toner thing because they believe that people don't need it anymore. But it's just something in my routine that I like. Plus, it feels so good on my skin.
Well, the Circadia ones are more serum than toner, which is also like they're thick. Like you feel them when you can feel them go on. You feel like you're getting something from them, whereas some of the other ones feel watered down.
But the spray, I still feel like. So what I use a toner for typically is if halfway through the day I feel gross because I don't wear makeup.
Yeah.
I will wipe my face down with a toner spray. So that's what I've been using that for, and I love how it feels. Am I using it correctly? 100% no. But especially since you just told me that it's more of a serum. But like I do like how it feels, and it's also hydrating. Like sometimes I'll do it, and then that's when I'll reapply my sunscreen. And if I'm inside, like I forget to put lotion on because I've just like wiped my face down with it, and it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's really hydrating. I like it a lot.
I like that too.
I was using it a lot in the summer after I burned on my body. It's really nice.
It's got aloe and calendula in it, which are both great for soothing things.
And then I really like their post peel balm.
It's in I got a bunch of samples because I'm trying all this stuff from Circadia, and it's in my thing, but I can talk to you about this now since you're here. I'm nervous. I was nervous to use it because I didn't know if it was going to be too thick.
No, it's my everyday moisturizer.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a dry girly, and
I'll pop it open then.
I'll get even drier in the winter months.
Because also right now I'm going through 15 million lotions that I got. I got 2 of them for free. And then some of them are ones that I bought where I'm like, okay, I need to use these before I like invest or do whatever. Fair. So like I have 2 that are honey based ones, and they're nice, but I'm like definitely like I'm not gonna buy these again.
They're honey micro exfoliant cleanser.
Yes, after you said honey. That was one of my samples. I think my skin, I have very sticky pores, so I definitely need a glycolic enzyme thing. I did like their cleanser, but it didn't feel as, my face didn't feel as like squeegee, or not squeegee, but like I don't know. I didn't like that one as much as the other one, but I'm taking their because I'm licensed, I'm taking all their education classes now, just so I know what I should be using. Because something I do typically stay away from is because I have like light rosacea on my cheeks. I don't like enzymes because they're tingly, but I just took their class and I think I'm going to try their chocolate one because it's supposed to be specifically for people with rosacea. So
it's good for people with rosacea and acne. I like that one a lot.
And I don't really get acne, but my rosacea has been good with the glycolic stuff that I've been using from the esthetician that I see once a year for my facials. And it did help me build up a tolerance for when she would do like my masks and stuff at my facials. But again, her products are extremely expensive to where I cannot justify it because I'm not, like, I don't get facials enough and I am not acne prone. I just like to have nice skin, and I'm very into preventative skincare. So I just want things that work that are not also expensive. Like, one of the serums I got from her was the same price as what I pay per week for my rent at the studio. And I was like, yay!
That better have been a miracle serum.
I was like, I'm never using this because I don't want it to get used up.
Well, that's how I feel about the Anafisa lip peptide, which is $49 for a lip product. I just can't get past it. Everybody swears by it and they love it, and I just cannot justify that price point.
Which, again, I think it depends on like what you need it for, maybe. And there's always something where they've kept that in mind for people. Like, again, like, I feel like I'll run into brands where I'm like, oh, they want people to feel the benefits, so they have it priced fairly versus $50 for something that like maybe you could get a dupe for that's maybe even higher quality.
I just can't get past $50 because, like, I used to struggle, and I've gotten over it because it's so normal now. I used to struggle with the lip balms that were $20 to $26, the higher end ones. But I've started using, because I'm a bandwagon girly and I work at Sephora, so I kind of got bullied into it. But I started using the Rhode lip peptide treatment, which is $20 for more than a majority of the other lip balms you can get in Sephora. And $20 is the lower end of the high-end lip products. And I honestly do really like it because it stays on my lips for like 4 to 6 hours, which is nice.
Yeah. Do you find that, like, with it being peptide based, that you like notice a difference with the texture of your lips?
My lips have been getting a lot less drier, like using this more frequently, because I am the girl that struggles with dry, flaky lips all the times, and it's one of my biggest insecurities because it does happen so commonly to me. But with this, even if I forget to put on my like overnight lip mask, which I use the Laneige one,
same,
also a fall favorite, but if I forget to put that one on now, I don't have the consequences in the morning because I've been using this one throughout the day beforehand. Whereas any other lip product I'd been using, minus the Circadia lip treatment, is also really good.
Also love that. I've been using that too.
That one's just lighter. So depends on texture. That one is a lot smoother and lighter. The Rhode lip peptide treatment is sticky, which I have even heard people in Sephora specifically like try it and they're like, oh, that's kind of tacky. So if you don't like that, it's definitely, I would not waste your money on it. I like that because that's why I know it's lasting on there longer and I can feel it on there longer. But yeah, the Circadia one is also a good one. And that's only $16. And I think that's about the same amount. So if anybody is looking...
It's a big tube. I don't know where my purse is because I have one too. And they do have really nice... They have an unscented, not as being Circadia ambassadors.
I may as well be.
Right. Sponsor us.
Yes.
But they have it... When I got my sample stuff, I probably just ordered the full sizes of those. I can't remember. Or like the normal, whatever the normal
they only have one size, yeah.
So they have like an unscented one, and then I think that they have mint and watermelon, and they're all like...
They have seasonal ones. They have a peppermint mocha one, which if anybody wants it, I will be getting that one in.
I have a chapstick lip product problem.
Oh, we don't talk about how many. I already bought 3 of the Rhode ones.
I also am a sucker for packaging. So some things. One, my thing that I wrote down, and now we're going to go off tangent, is I really like this e.l.f. what is it called? Glow Reviver Lip Oil.
That's such a good dupe for Dior.
Oh, yes. I thought this is the one that Jade had, which I think was the Dior one.
Yeah.
And then I have tried lip oils before where it made me realize why I kept seeing people who use lip oils apply them all the time is because they weren't lasting and my lips would get so dry. Like I would be like, okay, no wonder you're applying this 15 times a day because you have to. Like I just thought it was like a tick, like, oh, well, it's time for my lip oil. No, like your lips would get so dry. So I love this one. This one, the one that I have is pink quartz because it's just tinted enough to where I feel like it gives like just a little color.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like their glow revitalizing. I think it's like a lip balm, which also I use when I want tinted stuff. And then I use the Circadia ones in place of like a normal chapstick because they are a little thinner and like lighter weight, but they're also so hydrating.
Oh, they do
so
wonders.
Great.
Yeah.
And then this is just purely off of packaging and smell. I really love the Starface bullets.
I have not tried those ones.
They are honestly...
But they are cute. I saw you post them.
They're a normal chapstick. I don't even know if they're like good for you. I would assume they are because they're a very skin-oriented brand, but I really just like that none of the smells are offensive. I hate when things are so synthetically scented, and it's right under your nose. That one, it might smell, some of them might smell strong or faint in the tube, but when you use it, because it's right under your nose, they're really not that bad. So I like those two. And then if you want a basic unscented chapstick, there is a brand called Chicken Poop, and they are also just like a normal chapstick, unscented. They're all like natural, and that's the only one my boyfriend will use.
That's funny.
So that's my other. But if you could see, I have a giant basket next to my bed full of lip products, the Laneige masks.
Yeah, we don't talk about my lip product problem. And it's like
the same way people love collecting Stanleys or Owalas. Like, I want every scent. I want every color. If it's seasonal, don't care. Did it go bad? Oh, well, I'm keeping it. Like, I just will know, like, oh, I don't use that one. But I have a problem to the point where even my boyfriend, who only uses the Chicken Poop chapstick, knows, like, if he can't find a chapstick, he can go find something in that basket that he's gonna enjoy because I have so many.
I pulled out my lip treatment the other night at Joe's, and I guess he either did not pay attention or maybe I've never pulled it out before, which I don't believe that one. But he was like, how many lip products do you have? And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, and the Laneige lip masks last so long.
Oh my
and
gosh,
I always
yeah.
get the big ones. If you want some, definitely get the minis. But I, again, love the seasonal flavors.
I feel like they don't go off either, which is really bad for me to say as an esthetician.
Yeah, like they're not...
But I've had them for like probably 2 years before I hit the bottom, and they're fine.
Yeah.
They never smell bad, and they never mess.
Like, they don't do anything weird. Because sometimes that's how I can tell if a lip product has gone bad, if it's not the smell, is I start getting like clogged pores or things around my mouth.
Yeah, no, and I never get that from them. No.
Nope. And again, if there's a seasonal scent that I want, I will get it. I got their peach tea one when that came out. They had a watermelon mini. Got that one. Used that one up, actually. Used that one up. That one was great. I love watermelon things. I got the Elf Jelly Pop one because it smelled like watermelon, and it's in a cute container with a spatula. Did I need all of those? No. Love that. Okay, anyways.
Since we're kind of in the makeup teetering world right now, I'm a sucker for blush, which anybody who watches this probably has noticed. So my two favorite blushes, which are really good for winter because they're both liquid or cream, is the Rare Beauty liquid blush and the Rhode Pocket blushes. I got sucked into Rhode, which was totally not my plan. I told people I wasn't going to buy anything from her, and then I did.
And it's so hard because, like, sometimes you don't want to buy things, like, out of the principle of being like, I am not giving into that trend. And then you do, and you're like, dang it. This is actually really good.
Which, this is a side tangent, but I bought her, like, mini skincare kit because I didn't know what I wanted. B, I'm pretty locked in on Circadia. And C, I was like, well, if I'm going to sell it to people, I may as well try it all. Mm-hmm. I will be returning it, though, because it severely messed up my skin texture. Which is a bummer because people love her peptide serum, they love her glazing milk, they love the barrier cream, and they love the cleanser. So I don't know if the problem was that I was using all four together and it was too much. I'm not a fan of the cleanser because it's a pineapple enzyme and that's really strong. So
yeah,
please be warned, people. But even when I was applying them, and I only used them for 4 days before it messed up my texture. Like, this is not I used it for a week or 2 weeks. I used it for 4 days. And even as I was layering, because it says to do the glazing milk and then the peptide serum and then the barrier cream, as I was doing it, it felt like a lot. But I was like, well, I'm following the directions. I'm using it as she says. I don't know. It was too much for me. And I'm a dry girl. So if you're an oily girl, I would definitely be wary.
I feel like also being in the industry, and again, like, I think our skin does get spoiled. And maybe some people, if you're using, like, there was that brand, they sold it at Urban Outfitters, Mario something.
Oh, Mario Badescu.
And everyone was like, oh, I have sensitive skin, or I have this, or I have that. Get this cleanser. And I use that cleanser, and I have never broken out more in my life. But at that point, I was already using, what was I using? I was using like natural skincare. So it was like the bare minimum. My skin didn't need a lot, and that was too much. And so I do feel like, especially now, like, again, we're using more higher quality, like, borderline, I don't know if Circadia is medical grade, but I would assume it's in that line of high professional products and medical grade skincare, that it's so perfectly balanced to actually genuinely be for every skin type if it says it's supposed to be, or rosacea specific if it's supposed to be, that when we use other things, our skin's like, but I like my other stuff.
It was bad. It really, like, I hated how my skin felt for a few days.
Because using the lotion. So I have my two, like, professional grade lotion, like, everyday moisturizers with SPF. And when I was like, you know what? I need to use up the Cetaphil. I used to wear it every day. I'm just going to use it. My pores on my nose, the texture of my nose and my chin, I was like, ugh, why is my skin so clogged? It used to not be like this, because that's what I used every day. So I do feel like your skin does get used to routines, and
I do want to try her, like, the Road glazing milk and just that, because I did really like that, and I liked how it absorbed, and I liked how it applied.
And maybe that's something too, is people are just, they find their
nitpicking
one product.
So
because I could see that too. There's stuff that I've tried before where I'm like, oh, I really do love their lip oil, but I'm not gonna buy their skincare.
The thing I did appreciate is none of her stuff smelled fragranced. Like, not even the pineapple enzyme smelled fragranced. So, like, I can appreciate her for that. She didn't make these things smell insanely fragrant, because that's a big pet peeve of mine. Anyways, my other makeup thing right now, because I don't have lash extensions, is my mascara is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang, which is my Die Hard mascara. I've been using it since 2018 when it was first released. And I've been using it in the shade Plum, which is like a purpley red color.
I could notice in the light. I was like, oh.
Yeah, which I've been using that anyways, because I feel like it kind of complements my hair, and then it can bring up the conversation of the fact I do colored lash extensions. But for fall, I think it's the perfect color.
Yeah, it's a nice color.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't wear a lot of makeup. So my last two things are speaking of hydration and skincare, the Medicube Pink Salmon
I need
masks.
to try that.
So that was one of my things where I was like, I'm not buying those. I don't need them. My skin is fine. And I'm not even, like, I have very combination skin. So I'm, like, very dry but very oily. And so I was really scared that it was going to make me greasy the next day, because sometimes when I do masks, especially like under eye things, I'll wake up and my eyes will be puffy and my skin will be greasy because it was too much. And I actually really like them. And I don't leave them on for as long as some people do, because I also don't really need to. And I can tell. So a cool thing about it is, as it gets, like, used up as you're wearing it, it turns clear. And so once it gets to a point where, like, 80% of it or 70% of it is clear, I take it off, because, like, my cheeks are not, like, this part of my cheek, it's only going to absorb so much, and it's not a very dry place. But, like, it's interesting to see how my chin and my forehead, it'll turn clear within, like, 4 hours. And then everything else, like my nose, like parts of my nose and stuff, it'll start to turn clear. But it definitely has been a very hydrating, and it doesn't feel, I've only been using them once a month because I don't need a ton. But I do feel like it's been really good. Like, I'll do my red light therapy and then I'll do that, and it feels very luxurious, and I really like how they feel. And they come in 2 pieces, so you can like put
Oh,
you
okay.
line
Yeah.
up, which I also love because I have a round face and a weird face shape, I guess, because nothing ever wants to line up
Properly.
like if I have it over my nose, it's covering my mouth. If I have it over my mouth, I'm like snorting the serum up my nose. Or like I'll have it on my eyes, but it will be like above here because so I like that I can like position it over my eyes and my nose and then put it over my mouth and my neck.
That's nice.
And stuff. So I've really been liking that. And then my last thing that I have is it's dry and I make cuticle oil pins. So I'm obsessed with my high hydration cuticle oil. I just I'm reformulating it because I was doing too much. And so I cut out some things that were duplicates within the formula. But I really like it and it makes I don't pick. I get really bad hangnails this time of year with all the weather changing from like cold to hot to rain to dry. So definitely be oiling up those nails.
And then my last little bit is hair care because I'm a big hair girl. It's kind of funny. When I started working at Sephora, I knew more about their hair products than I did their skincare because I sell my own skincare line. So I have never really done research on what is sold at Sephora. But I just listed 3 things. One of which is my hair tinsel, which I have some in now. And Jayla of Grave Beauty, correct?
Yes, Grave Beauty. She is on her Instagram now, so
she does my hair tinsel because I do not go to her for my other hair stuff yet, although that'll probably shift in the new year. Her and I have been talking, so.
Ooh.
And then I use Amika for their hair masks. I use Pureology shampoo and conditioner, but Amika's hair masks are really good. I've used all of them except for the brass off one for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm currently using their Hydro Rush one, and that one's been really good as we get into the dryer. I say as it's pouring rain outside. And then my new staple that'll always be in my purse, and I got it at Sephora, is the Days Styling Cream and Wand. And it's essentially a little mascara tube for your hair product, and you just put it where all your flyaways are. And it tames your hair, and it doesn't leave a residue. It doesn't leave anything. And it's my favorite, and it'll probably last me a while because I like use it very minimally. But I don't know how they're looking right now. I applied it just before we started filming.
That's pretty good.
But that's been my new staple.
I will add, I do like a good hair mask. I tried a new one by Calera, I think is the name.
Oh, yeah, I can
Oligo
picture.
Pro.
Yeah.
They have one, and I actually really like it because it's not like it's been good. I don't know how to describe it because I don't really have anything like it seems like it's just going to be a conditioner, but then I just like kind of put it heavy on my ends, and I feel like makes my ends very soft. So I've been liking that. And then I do a lot of hair oils. So I've been rotating between... I was
just thinking about that.
I've been rotating... I think we've talked about hair oils before, too.
Yeah.
So I've been rotating between my Lonza Keratin Repair Oil, which is the thicker one. So I use that every time. And then I either... Before I put that on, because it's the thicker one, and I have, like, skincare mindset of thin to thick... I have either been using I finally got the Ghost Verb Oil.
I was just about to say, that's what I use, because you were talking about hair oil, so I'm like, I love the Verb.
I got it because I think we talked about it before, so I did actually get it this last time. And then I either use that or the K18 Molecular Repair Hair Oil.
I want to buy that one. My mom uses that one.
So here's the thing. I really like that one when my hair is having like, oh, I need to get a haircut. Like, I need to get a haircut. My split ends feel dry. So I've been using that one because I do feel like it doesn't reverse your split ends.
But it helps.
But I feel like it does kind of like smooth them out so I don't notice them as much. Yeah. And then I used the Ghost Verb Oil this last time. And I feel like it's been good too. So
I apply that one every day, but I also just have dry hair.
Yeah.
And I also only wash my hair like once every 10 days. So it hits a point where it needs more moisture.
Yeah, so I put all of the hair oils in my hair when they're wet.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever put a hair oil on my wet hair.
I will do them dry if it feels dry.
Yeah.
But typically, because I wash my hair every 3-4 times, or days, that I feel like yeah, so I get out of the shower and I've like I have a little hair turban. So I like put my hair up in my hair turban and I do all my stuff. My skincare, my body lotion, all of that if I'm going to do my red light therapy. Then I take the hair turban down. Also, not sure if it's a life hack, but when we moved in here, I got filters for our showers and my dry scalp gone.
Yeah.
I used to have to blow dry my roots because the water I think was sitting so long on my hair, and I had read or listened to somebody that said, "Oh, if you get like dandruff or dry scalp, you should blow dry your roots because it's the water is sitting too much on your scalp." But since we've gotten the filters, not having an issue with it at all. Haven't had to blow dry my hair a single time. Anyways, so I take my hair down and I'll do the whatever my thinner oil is, the K18 or the Ghost Verb, all over my ends and then work it up. And then I'll do the keratin one and same thing. And then I'll take whatever is extra and I'll like zhuzh through. That's been my hair routine. I know I have a headband in now too, so it's all like funny, but yeah, and it's been really good to the point where I almost didn't even wear a headband today, but I also hate when my hair starts to like curl into my eyes.
Fair.
So I was like, I need to keep it off my face. Anyways, yeah.
I think that's it.
I think those are our favorites.
I think that was a really long episode, but you guys probably learned a lot.
But yeah, so as usual, we'll put all of our links in the description. I'll try to link, I'll probably link Circadia. I'll probably link, what else did we talk about that needs a link?
Oh, I didn't shout them out, but the colored lashes I use are Lash Ritual, so we'll put a link to their website.
Put a link to theirs. They have cool ones. Because if you just want to add, like, buy a set that you want to put on your own false eyelashes, because they're colored, they're really easy to. I just got some glue and was like gluing them to some falsies I had, but they're cool and they have some that react under UV and. I don't even, can you tell, I don't even do skin or lashes, and I'm like, let me tell you, I'm also obsessed with these brands.
See, I know what I'm doing. I pick good things.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll put together a list of where you can find our fall faves.
Yeah.
Something like that. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.